You know, right as I started to run out of video ideas, EA came out with Skate 4, which was a surprise to me because I didn't know this was coming out anytime soon. This is going to be kind of like a review. First, I'm going to go over the things I like, then the things I dislike, and then the things I'm just neutral on. And then I'm going to say whether you should buy it or not. Let's get straight into it, starting off with the things I like about the game. Firstly, the graphics are just incredible. I know a lot of people are complaining about the cartoon style, but like, I quite like it. Like, I know people don't like change, but I think it's necessary because, like, if they made it the same every time, wouldn't it just be like every other sports game that people complain about, you know? I also like how they kept most of the controls basically the same. Like, the core mechanics of the game are the same, and you can also still do a lot of the goofy stuff that you used to be able to do in Skate 3, and there's more stuff you can do. I also just really enjoy the map. I think it's quite a big map with a whole bunch of interesting terrain, with like mega ramps built into like the roofs and that. I just think it's cool. But with all that being said, it's time to talk about the stuff that I don't like about the game. Starting us off with the customization. Now, the customization, like, it's safe to say it's a lot worse than Skate 3, with a lot of it being behind a paywall, which you either have to pay with real money or in-game money, and it just has less options overall. They also added a bunch of unnecessary, like, control switches, if that makes sense. Like, they swapped the button to run and the button to jump around, which doesn't really make sense. They also swapped, like, the D-pad menu, if you know what I mean, with the gestures. Now, my two main dislikes of the game. First, it's V, that annoying robot that just kind of butts into your sessions. I get she's trying to help, but you don't need to explain every mission, you know what I mean? They also removed my favourite trick from the game, which was the dark slide. I genuinely don't think there was any need for that, them to get rid of that, you know what I mean? But now, some of the things I'm just kind of neutral on, like, I know other people care, but I don't really care. Or just stuff that I need mentioning. First off, like, the street skating is a lot better in this game, where Skate 3 had a lot better, like, vert skating, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of time, if you're doing vert skating in this one, depending on where you are, it just kind of, like, feels choppy, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't feel as smooth as it was in the old games. Don't think it's a massive surprise, but this game obviously has, like, higher FPS limits and all that, and it runs smoother. This game's also always online and doesn't have a story mode. There's just missions that you can either choose to do or choose not to do. Doing a manual will slow down your character either just a tiny bit or a lot, depending on how you do it. But now, onto whether I think you should get the game or not. Well, if you're into skating, well, then, you know, I do think you should get it. But if you're here expecting, like, the exact same gameplay experience as Skate 3 had, I wouldn't get it if I were you. Because it's different in subtle ways, but it's noticeable how different it is. It is also free, so you don't have to pay for it, so there's no reason not to get it unless you're low on storage or something. But overall, I do think it is a good remake of, like, the classic games, which is surprising because most of these things tend to go horribly wrong. That'll be it for today. If you've been enjoying this video and even just the background clips, check out the Twitch I've got. It's the same as my YouTube name. Should be quite easy to find. I've been streaming Skate 4 recently on it. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos.